Hello students, in this lecture we are going to talk about SEBI, Security Exchange Board of India. SEBI is a statutory regulatory body established on the 12th of April 1992. It monitors and regulates the Indian capital and securities market while ensuring to protect the interest of the investors, formulating regulations and guidelines to be adhered to. The head office of SEBI is in Bandra Kurla Complex, Mumbai. This is the organizing structure of SEBI. One chairman appointed by Government of India, 2 members, officers from Union Finance Ministry, 1 member from Reserve Bank of India, and 5 members appointed by the Union Government of India. Let's see what are the different objectives of SEBI. First objective is the protection to the investors. The primary objective of SEBI is to protect the interest of people in the stock market and provide a healthy environment for them. Next objective is prevention of malpractices. This was the reason why SEBI was formed. Among the main objectives, preventing malpractices is one of them. Next is the fair and proper functioning. SEBI is responsible for the orderly functioning of the capital market and keeps a close check over the activities of the financial intermediaries such as brokers, sub-brokers, etc. Now let's see different functions performed by SEBI. SEBI preamble describes in detail the functions and power of the board. Its preamble states that SEBI must protect the interest of investors in securities and to promote the development of and to regulate the securities market and for matters connected therewith or incidental thereto. Let's study protective functions of SEBI. SEBI performs different functions. First is the prevent price rigging. One of the most important objectives behind the establishment of SEBI was to stop manipulated huge fluctuations in the financial market. Fluctuations are actually the basis to trade and earn money in the financial market for traders or investors. In fact, by studying historical fluctuations, several theories have emerged to predict the trend. These theories are collectively called as technical analysis, and today these theories are very popular. Usually, these fluctuations are natural, but sometimes sudden fluctuations are fixed already by a group of the corporate, leading to a huge loss for investors or traders. These fixed fluctuations are called price rigging or price fixing or collusion. SEBI keeps strict surveillance to prevent such price riggings. Therefore, introduction of circuit is there. A circuit is defined as a threshold with respect to previous day closing. If a security price goes beyond this defined circuit, a circuit breaker comes into action and trading on that security is stopped for some time or for whole day. Next is the prohibit insider trading. This can be seen as a part to prevent price rigging. A company's stock price fluctuation is highly affected by any public news or announcement. Obviously, any forthcoming public news or announcement is already accessible by some persons in the company. What if they take advantage of this coming news or announcement by buy-sell company's security beforehand? This is called insider trading. To prevent insider trading, SEBI has bare trust of listed companies and employee welfare schemes from purchasing their own shares from the secondary market. Then next is the financial education for investors. SEBI conducts various online and offline seminars through various mediums to educate the traders and investors. This education starts from basics of the financial market and covers money management as well. Next function of the SEBI is the development function. SEBI performs certain development functions. These are imparting training to intermediaries, then promotion of fair trading and reduction of malpractices, carry out research work, encouraging self-regulating organizations, and buy-sell mutual funds directly from AMC through a broker. These are the development functions of SEBI. Then let's study regulatory functions of SEBI. In regulatory functions of SEBI, first one, designing guidelines and code of conduct for the proper functioning of financial intermediaries and corporate. Next is the regulation of takeover of companies. Then conducting inquiries and audit of exchanges. Then registration of brokers, sub-brokers, merchant bankers, etc. Next is the levying of fees. Next is the performing and exercising powers. And last is the register and regulate credit rating agencies. So these are the functions of SEBI's: protective functions, development functions, and regulatory functions. Here in this lecture we have seen what is SEBI, organizing structure of SEBI, objectives of SEBI, and functions of SEBI. See you in next lecture. Thank you.